Fewer than 500,000 of the 16 million Americans who served in World War II were alive in 2018. 99-year-old Claude Hone of Sioux Falls was one of the veterans on South Dakota's very first honor flight to the World War II Memorial in 2009. KELOLAND News has featured Hone, his amazing feats during wartime, and his positive attitude many times over the years. But now the hero is in need of help. As Angela Kennecke shows you in tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, his fellow servicemen are stepping up to this call of duty.
Claude Hone was a World War II Marine fighter pilot. He had the task of flying over Iwo Jima to shoot as many Japanese soldiers as possible to clear a path for the U.S. Marines on the ground.
You see, the Japanese, back in those days, they hated the flyboys because we were in and out and they could do nothing about it. And if they ever captured the flyboys, they wouldn't let them live. They would behead them.
Hone not only lived, he thrived.
I found in life that one of the secrets of life is laugh a lot.
That was Hone at 82. Today, at 99, Hone has suffered a fall.
He was walking, talking, dancing, and lecturing, and we were getting ready to come here for the summer from St. Paul, where my home is. And he fell and hit his head.
That's Hone's youngest daughter, Nancy, who is 70 years old. Her father is also suffering from Bell's palsy, which has caused temporary paralysis on one side of his face.
He was dancing just about a month ago, and now he's, stuck to the chair. He's just now getting his walking back. Still needs a little help with it, but he's talking a lot more now as well.
Marine Corporal Marcus Lomax met Hone at the Marine Corps Ball last year.
He still has that Marine mentality, for his age as well. He's still young, so that the fact he was all smiles and still we bonded.
Now, Corporal Lomax has been showing up at Hone's house practically every day of the week, several times a day, to help Nancy with his care.
It's the least I can do. He helped pave the way for future generations, for a young Marine as myself. So it's honorable, honestly, to help.
And he's not the only one. A number of active duty military and fellow veterans have been by Hone's side since his fall.
When you look at specifically the Marine Corps that Claude and Corporal Lomax are in, they have a saying, Semper Fi, short for Semper Fidelis. It means always faithful, always trustworthy. So when you call them for help, no is not an option. They are always there for each other, and it's just incredible the camaraderie they have. It's not just a saying; they live it every day.
He's a Marine. No Marine left behind. I mean, a lot of people will hear that, but it's a real thing. We have a bond. I didn't even have to know his name. All I could have heard was Marine and still came over. So that brotherhood and sisterhood is real.
Army veteran Rich Siegman is Hone's neighbor. He was among the first to volunteer to help.
And what he was willing to do for his country, to give it all, for me to give 30, 40 minutes a day is a no-brainer.
Siegman is also working to get Hone's Veteran Administration and Medicare benefits for more help to come into his home as he recovers.
Claude has not been to the doctor in almost 24 years, so he was not in anybody's system.
Hone was not able to carry on a conversation, but he did give us a smile and a short word or two. Our last interview with Hone was in 2015.
I've escaped death about 4 times, so nothing bothers me anymore.
His daughter is confident that even though he's nearly 100, he will escape death this time, too.
But we're planning on it.
Dressed in his uniform, an original bomber jacket, the military members by his side want Hone to know that his role as a World War II hero is not forgotten.
He has the other service members coming here to help, and he smiles at them. He tells them thank you, and so he knows that they're here and they know about him. He's not forgotten.
With Eye on KELOLAND, I'm Angela Kennecke.
And Nancy Hone says she could use more help until her father can get more care from the VA or Medicare. If you'd like to assist, we've put her contact information on this story at KELOLAND.com. We've also included a link to a documentary on Hone.